in your own home.
Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Calling this number right now could be the best thing you'll ever do for you.
The Rob Ash Show featuring Drake University football. Head football coach Rob Ash and your host Mick Trier. Brought to you in part by Capital City Buick, Des Moines' new value leaders. And by Home Team Pizza. Free, fast delivery. It's a hit.
And welcome to the Rob Ash Show. Well, Coach, the Bulldogs picked up a win on Saturday over Aurora, 37-7. Great effort by everybody on the Drake football team.
It was really a perfect game, Nick. A great day, big crowd, and a win, and everybody played well on all sides of the ball, so we were very happy.
Now, you had some question marks, of course, some injuries going into this football game, and you didn't know how some people would react, but I think everybody reacted well.
Well, it was interesting, Mick, because of the situation at quarterback. You know, that's such a highly publicized position. Of course, Roy Fletcher was out, and Ben Wolford with his first start. And I think what happened is something that happens a lot in those kinds of situations. I think everybody else on the team raised their level, not only just offensive players, but the defense too, trying to compensate for the fact that Roy was out. And meanwhile, Ben Wolford did a great job. I mean, probably nobody had to raise their level. I mean, he played extremely well. But the combination of Ben doing a good job in his first start and everybody on the team being really conscious of having to play well produced a great team effort.
Very obvious that the Bulldogs were able to control the line of scrimmage, especially throughout the first half on both offense and defense.
Well, our offensive line came out in this game better than they have all year. We talked all week about getting off to a good start, about coming off the ball, about getting off to a good drive at the beginning of the game, and it was by far their best effort. And our defensive effort was typical. I mean, we're so spoiled now, but they've done a great job in every game, and it starts up front, and those young guys that have been playing there all year have done a nice job.
Well, indeed, it was a great win for the Drake Bulldogs, and we got some great highlights to show you. We'll do that right after this.
Quality, style, luxury, everything you've come to expect from Buick. Selection, service, value, all you can expect when you visit Capital City Buick. From the Skylark to the Park Avenue Ultra, Capital City Buick offers Central Iowa's largest selection of new Buicks and has quietly built a reputation for genuine service, not pressure. Capital City Buick, Des Moines' new value leader.
When Home Team Pizza delivers, we never know quite what to expect. But you know what to expect.
Home Team Pizza's here! Yeah!
Home Team Pizza's here with the new Huger Huge 20-inch pizza. Right now, get a single topping for only $9.99. Pick up or free delivery in Greater Des Moines, Ames, and Ankeny.
There's only one way I know how to drive. Straight.
If you've been drinking, pick someone else to do the driving. A message from Budweiser.
To make a great Sunday brunch, start with a great view. Add something colorful and healthy. And don't forget to add something a little sinful. Add something steamy and delicious and really pile it on. Then make sure you add the right stuff, like good friends. Sunday morning at the Capitol View Dining Room. Brunch at the Best Western Starlight Village downtown once, and you'll be back for more.
And welcome back to the Rob Ash Show. Well, Coach, going into this football game between Drake and Aurora, you knew they were going to do a small option, knew that you'd see a couple of quarterbacks, but the Bulldogs took care of that early.
Well, it was a concern going in, Mick, because we had to prepare for two different game plans. They had an option package with an option quarterback, and then they had a pass game with their passing quarterback, and so we had to split our preparation time during the week, half and half. And the option was the first option that we've seen all year, and it was a concern how we would play that. And Coach Neiman and the staff did a great job, and the players did their option assignments extremely well, and that helped to stop them.
Did you feel going in that they would be as physical a team as you've played the first couple of games?
Well, we thought they would be, but they weren't quite as big. You know, Missouri Western and Wisconsin lacrosse were big football teams, and these guys, I think, played hard. They played a physical brand of football, but they didn't have the stature and the pure strength that some of those other teams had. So our preseason schedule may have helped us get ready for this game.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights of this football game. Parents' weekend, a little rain in the morning, but things cleared off for the most part, and we had a pretty good day for football.
It was a great day for a game, Mick. Just a perfect setting. It was cool. Great crowd on the sidelines, and you know, we were very ready for the game. The coin toss was interesting. And you see the bulldog there, which we had painted on the field. We like having the bulldog back. But the coin toss was interesting. Aurora, we were hoping to win the toss, but Aurora won the toss. They deferred their choice to the second half, which meant we had to take the balls to prevent them from having the ball twice, you know, once at the beginning of each half. So they got the wind in the first quarter. And that meant our offense had to go on the field with an inexperienced quarterback. It was critical that we get a good return, and we did. Our guys did a great job. Robbie Berkeley, in fact, almost broke that one getting out of there. And then the offense just needed to try to get something going at the beginning for field position, and here's how we started. Great off-tackle run there, good blocks by Matt Jones, Rico Chapman carrying the football, and then Ben Wolford's first pass as a starter to Chad Hying, number 19, was complete. Another great block on the left side by Jones and Brendan Daly so that Schimberg could go free on the left side. And then on third down near the goal line, Ben comes off his first receiver, finds a second receiver in Chad Westberg there, number 83, for a touchdown. So not only did we get field position, but we also got a touchdown. It was absolutely a perfect first drive. Aurora came out deciding to go with their option attack. The dive was stopped. Matt stopped the quarterback. We had a man on the pitch, so all the assignments were there. They got themselves into a third down situation. The quarterback came through on the draw play, but Matt Garvis and Kerman Mason wrapped him up. And so, you know, again, perfect situation with three plays and out, and they punted it away to us. Put this play in here to show you that Ben started out really hot. He hit Rich Hoskins there on a good pass play, and then there's a trap inside with Charlie Schimberg getting a really good gain. Here's another play here with Ben on the bootleg, and this is Ben's first mistake here. He overthrew the tight end there underneath a little bit, and the pass was intercepted. We also had a late hit right there at the end of the play, so our defense was put in a tough spot here right away with Aurora having a chance to get back in the game. The blitz stopped him on first down. On second down, we had another blitz, and they got outside, but our defensive guys, Tommy Becker, reacted real well, and then help came, and we got him stopped. And so we got to the end of the first quarter with the score still 7-0. Defense still doing a good job here, but then they completed one long pass. Good play, good throw and catch, getting them down inside the red zone. But here's where the defense came through. A nice sack there, Anthony Fuller, and I believe it's Brian Andrews in on the play. And then Aurora tries the draw play, and we close that off in a hurry. John Kunster, number 41, and Matt Garvis, 55, making a stop so that we got the ball back. Here's Ben with another play-action fake and a pass to Hoskins. Excellent job here of throwing the ball on time, throwing to the target, and keeping those defensive backs honest between the run and the pass. They also had a good screen play in for this game. Good block out front by Felix Gallagher. That's Schimberg with the ball, and so we're moving the ball down across the 50. Here's Cortez Hull. Cortez got 8 or 9 carries. It was good to see him back out there getting some action. He had a good run down there. Now good blocks again, that same play over the right side. Schimberg, just one guy to beat, couldn't quite make him miss. And then Ben out here scrambling around a little bit on third down, and he finds Hying over the middle, but Chad lost track of that ball between all those guys' hands and couldn't come up with it, so we had to settle for the field goal. And Mike McKee's just about automatic. He's had a really good year, and so a good drive all the way down the field and results in a field goal. Aurora, though, wasn't in bad shape. They got across the 50, and then Matt Garvis makes another one of his tremendous plays. We got good pressure on the play, and we got the interception there. Blacked out just for a second, but this really came about 2 plays later. We had a trick play, a reverse, fake reverse to Hoskins, and then the pass play to Robbie Berkeley to end up the half, and the halftime score was 17-0.
And here's some of the folks that helped make this show possible. Coach, at this point it was all Drake first half, but what about the second half?
Well, I was disappointed a little bit, Mick, in the way we came out in the second half. Aurora had the ball first. They ran a couple ISO plays and got some yardage, and then we tried to blitz them, and they completed the pass. They got the first down right after that on a short gain. And you know, they took the ball right to us, and we came up with a big play, however. We stripped the ball away there. Darren Book, I believe, stripped it, and John Kunster, 41, came up with the recovery, and we got him stopped. And that was important because they had some momentum coming out of the half. Brian Peck then, after we stopped, we went 3 plays and out, but Brian Peck had a good punt, and then Jeff Michalczyk, number 38, with an excellent tackle. So, you know, it looked like we had the situation back under control again, but Aurora, to their credit, came right back, had a good running play, and then they had that good play-action pass there that we thought it was going to be option, and they made a good play, and so they got again back up to midfield. The defense finally started getting going. There's Brian Andrews and Tommy Becker. And then on 4th down and about inches, you know, just a few inches, they tried to go for it. We had great penetration. Eric Musha, 36, Anthony Fuller, Matt Garvis, and so we stopped him at midfield. And it looked like we were in good shape, but again, here we go. There's some problems in the third quarter. Ben tried that same pass that he tried early in the game. Now, he's got good speed, almost caught the defender, but he didn't. And so 17-7, big play for Aurora, chance for them to get back in the game. They get the ball back with the score still 17-7, and big play by Anthony Fuller here. We're going to show the end of this play again. Now watch Fuller here coming off this block with a ferocious tackle, big hit. That kind of seemed to wake up our defense and inspire them a little bit, to raise their level back up again. Another short yardage situation there where we had good penetration. The defense got them stopped, and they tried to pass play. They had been successful on a couple long bombs, and this one here, Kerman Mason says no way, tapped it away, and so we got the football back. Here's a beautiful timing pattern between Ben Wolford and Richie Hoskins. Great job of finding an open area and getting the completion there. Here's Ben again over the middle, 3rd down pressure situation, and he completed that pass to Chad Hying for a big, big play. After Fuller's hit, Mason's deflection, and then this big pass play on a pressure situation, we got the game back under control. I think that play broke their backs. Aurora tried to pass her way back into the ball game, but B.J. Hellier comes off from his safety position and makes a big interception, and that gave us the ball back right away again. We got stuck on 3rd down, but we went to Hying once more. Instead of trying to go deep, they played coverage, they played softer, looking for the deep pass. We threw underneath for the 1st down. And then Ben here with play action, really a great effort by him, first of all, and by Robbie Berkeley here at the end of this play. Great catch, one of the best catches we've had since I've been here at Drake, setting us up on the 1-yard line. Charlie Schimberg gets the rest of it for the touchdown. But Ben had to shake off those pursuers, and Robbie made the great catch. And then there was just more bad problems for Aurora. Fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and Craig McLean, number 18, makes the fumble recovery. Now you can't celebrate out there on the field, so Craig waits to get off to the sideline to do his dance. I'm not sure if I approve of that, Craig, but we'll talk about that later. And here's Jason Grove. We'll try to get some people some playing time now. Jason Grove, number 34, getting a good run. Here's Brian Ginter, who was ready to play if we needed him, hitting Berkeley. You can see Aurora still hitting, but we're moving the ball down. Pete Lobai, who plays behind Schimberg, he's a very good runner. Here's Grove on another good run. I thought Jason got in here for his first college touchdown, but they spotted it short. So we were kind of alternating plays, and behind the 2nd string line here the whole time, and Pete gets in for the touchdown. And so we rallied from a slow start in the 3rd quarter to really put them away in the 4th quarter, and it was a good finish.
Let's take a look at the statistics of this ball game. Time of possession down to the bottom. Bulldogs owned it all day.
Well, that's really become our hallmark this year, Mick. The defense has done a lot of 3-and-outs, got the ball back for us, and our offense has had good possession. 35 minutes is tremendous. Total yards is very one-sided in our favor. 1st downs. What I don't like is that big number 3 there in the turnovers column. We have to prevent our number of turnovers, lower the number of turnovers, or we're going to have trouble in our league play.
Let's take a look at the standings as well in the Pioneer Football League.
Very interesting now. We're going into the thick of the conference race now. Starting this coming week, everybody will be playing conference games. Dayton is having a great season so far. They're really rolling. Evansville lost their first game finally this week, but it was only 18-16 to a very difficult opponent, the scholarship NAIA team. Valpo 2-1, so lots of good teams. The team that we're playing, of course, is Butler. is struggling a little bit right now, and that maybe scares me more than anything, because I know they'll come out saying, hey, it's a conference race and we got a fresh start to the season. So it'll be interesting starting this week.
No big surprises there in the standings, you don't think?
Well, Butler's 1-3 record is a huge surprise because they have Arnold Mickens back, and we really expected them to be doing better than that at this point in time. But other than that, I think everybody's playing about how we wanted. We know San Diego has a very difficult schedule. We know Valpo and Evansville probably don't have quite as tough a schedule, so we anticipated their records to be what they are.
Indeed. Coach, it seemed like in that ball game against Aurora, the Bulldogs were able to just take the ball from the beginning, offensively handle the line of scrimmage, defensively handle the line of scrimmage, and it really appeared that you really took them out of their game plan. And I think they tried to go to a different game plan where the quarterback started to roll out or make short passes, and they weren't used to it.
Coach Scott from Aurora was really complimentary of our team after the game, Mick. He said he felt that we just had great athletes in all those positions. He thought Wolford looked exceptionally good for a backup quarterback. He thought our lines played real well, and he said just what you just said, which is we took them out of everything they tried to do. They were hoping to get some things going with their offensive game plan, and they couldn't do it. And they also were hoping to keep us away from the big plays by playing a little softer in the secondary, but we ran well against their front seven, and we still got some big plays. So it was really a good day.
We'll be back to look at the play of the game right after this.
You don't have to be a Cyclone fan to eat at Johnny Orr Sports Grill. Everyone is on the home court for a great lunch or dinner here. And at Johnny Orr Sports Grill, you can bring the entire team, from the seasoned veterans to the Rookie of the Year. You can even book your next event in the Banquet and Conference Center. You don't have to be a Cyclone fan to come into Johnny Orr Sports Grill, but you may be one when you leave. Hey, we love it! We love it! We love it!
Are you looking for that just right place to hold your company's or club's Christmas party? Well, you found it at the Bavarian House Restaurant in Des Moines. With the cozy old world atmosphere that enhances the holiday spirit and the most delicious dishes in Des Moines. The Bavarian House features American favorites like prime rib and chicken, along with scrumptious German dishes and a dessert menu second to none. Call today to discuss your customized and personalized holiday party at the Bavarian House. 265-5611. That's 265-5611.
This message brought to you by Preferred Risk Insurance, America's non-drinkers insurance company.
If we can get all of the athletes and coaches in America buying into being all that God's created them to be, to understand that they are something special, then we can have an impact across America like no other group, because the athletes and coaches have the strongest influence in America today than any other group. One way to play is drug-free. One way to live. One way to be what God wants you to be.
And welcome back to the Rob Ash Show. Time now for our Capital City Buick Play of the Game. Here's head coach Rob Ash.
This week's Play of the Week is a touchdown pass from Ben Wolford to Robbie Berkeley. Came after a little bit of trickery on a fake reverse from Wolford to Richie Hoskins. And if we roll the tape here, we'll show you that Berkeley's up at the top. He's going to catch the pass. We're trying to fool his defensive back here. We got a play fake, first of all, to the halfback coming in the line of scrimmage, and then Hoskins, number 4, comes around on the reverse. And the idea is with the reverse fake around here that all the defensive backs are going to be coming up playing the reverse. Of course, Ben Wolford still has the ball, and you can see all the white shirts there. The defensive backs were all fooled with the reverse. Robbie Berkeley got behind them, even though they were playing real deep at the beginning, and the ball floated down into Berkeley's hands, and he caught the ball right in the middle of the end zone. We were afraid when Ben first let it go that it might be a little deep, but Robbie has good speed, ran under the ball, and made the catch. This was a play we had worked on all week. It was a play that we thought would be a touchdown if we could execute it properly, and it's tremendous for the guys to see a play that we worked on all week in practice produce a touchdown in the game. I know our scout team didn't stop it all week, and Aurora didn't either, so it was a great play in the football game.
And a good call by the Drake coaching staff. Time now for our home team pizza player interview. Here's Todd Kim.
A big day for the offensive line, including our player of the week, Garret LaFleur, the senior out of Chicago. Garret, congratulations. I know you guys wanted to go out and establish the run game early against this team, and you did that.
Yes, we did. And we pride ourselves on being able to run the ball. With pretty experienced offensive line. And that's the key to winning a game, is running the ball and stopping the run.
How much of a factor was that in the big plays that we saw later in that game? I mean, you guys came out, you got the fullback going, you got some tailback runs early, then we saw some swing passes, and that really seemed to set up things downfield.
Yeah, our play in the line really set up the play-action pass, especially our counter. And we got some deep balls on them. Their linebackers are sucking up from our offensive line play. really helped us out.
You mentioned the experience on this offensive line, and that is such a factor when you come into a season, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think we only have 2 guys graduate off the line last year, and we're getting a lot of PT for our younger guys too with the wins we've had so far this year.
People, you look at offensive line play and you see the blocks individuals make, yet it is a unit because you've got to trust the guy next to you, don't you?
Yeah, we were come out in the 3rd quarter and we weren't quite clicking, and everybody just had to pick it up just half a notch, and we got it going in the 4th quarter.
What about on the offensive line? You know, you see defenses come out, they may shift right before the play. Somebody's making calls up there because you got to call out the blocking assignments at the line of scrimmage, don't you? Yes,
we do. Center makes calls. Tackle makes, actually everybody on the offensive line makes certain calls, and the way our offense is set up, even if they're moving at the snap, it's a scheme play basically, so we know where we're going.
Garrett, let's talk about your development now. I know you came out of the summer, you said you worked on your leg strength. That's a very important part of being able to block, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, especially in our conference. Butler and Dayton are so tough, and all of our conference teams are real tough. And that's really what makes good offensive lineman is his leg strength. You got to be able to move.
Well, you guys certainly have been tested. You've played Missouri Western, St. Ambrose, Wisconsin lacrosse, and now this Aurora team. You ready for the conference play to start?
We're more than ready. We're ready to go. We're ready to get Butler going.
Well, you guys have had some injury problems. If you can get healthy, do you feel like your chances are good in the Pioneer League race?
I think we've had good chances the last 3 years to win the conference title, and it's just going to bring it up one more level. We got the tools to do it, and I know Grabber will be back, Urbanski will be back next week, and so will Roy, and we should get it done.
Well, this Butler team, I know it's been frustrating. They've beaten you the last 2 seasons. Do you feel confident going into this game, matching up with this team?
Yeah, we feel pretty good. They've had a couple tough games, you know, and we've had some real good teams to warm up on, so we're pretty confident.
Congratulations, Garrett. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Garret LaFleur, our player of the week.
Coach, on that game on Saturday, I saw a hole once. I think even I could run through it.
They did a great job, didn't they? Those guys do have to work together. You see all kinds of different schemes up front, and you know people are trying to get from linemen up to linebackers, and it's a lot more complicated than anybody knows. And when you do get a big hole, it's very satisfying for those guys up front.
We've talked about confidence. I think this is another area where the confidence is coming.
Oh, absolutely. You know, coming into the year, we had some question marks there, a couple new starters, but we knew we had the nucleus to be a good line. Until you really perform, though, you never know exactly how it's going to be. So, you know, the fact that we had such a good game before our conference season is really important for that offensive line confidence. We feel real good going into the Butler game.
We'll be back and talk about the Butler game upcoming for the Drake Bulldogs. We'll try and figure out how to stop that big running back of theirs right after this.
It's apparent when you arrive at Legends that you have come to a special place. West Des Moines' newest in-place is more than a sports bar. It's a sports grill, or more exact, a full-service family menu restaurant. We defy you to find a seat that doesn't have a comfortable TV viewing. What, with 21 TVs and 2 satellite dishes, you can relax, eat, drink, and enjoy watching your favorite sport. If that happens to be darts, we're sure you can find a game. Legends was named correctly. It already is. 60th and Ashworth Road, West Des Moines. Open at 11 a.m. daily.
When Home Team Pizza delivers, we never know quite what to expect. But you know what to expect.
Home Team Pizza's here! Yeah!
Home Team Pizza's here with the new Huger Huge 20-inch pizza. Right now, get a single topping for only $9.99. Pick up or free delivery in Greater Des Moines, Ames, and Ankeny.
Quality, style, luxury, everything you've come to expect from Buick. Selection, service, value, all you can expect when you visit Capital City Buick. From the Skylark to the Park Avenue Ultra, Capital City Buick offers Central Iowa's largest selection of new Buicks and has quietly built a reputation for genuine service, not pressure. Capital City Buick, Des Moines' new value leader.
Now let me get this straight. You want me to get up at 11:45 on Sunday morning, watch you guys on game day for an hour and 15 minutes, talking about all the upcoming games, then watch all the games for 6 hours, then turn back to watch you guys on prime time to wrap up all the games for another hour? In other words, over 8 hours of nonstop football? Yeah! All right, I love it.
And welcome back to the Rob A. Show. Well, Coach, up next for the Drake Bulldogs, it's Butler. Here's a team that you haven't had much success with in the win column.
We haven't, Mick. We played them 2 years now in the Pioneer Football League, and we lost at Indianapolis 2 years ago, 28-3. Last year we lost 28-20, so we're making progress, but we haven't beaten them yet, and that's a milestone we want to get past, and hopefully this will be the year.
We took a look at the standings already here. Of course, Butler not doing quite as well as you thought they would.
I didn't think they would do as poorly. Yeah, you're right. They did lose their scholarship players. You know, 2 years ago they had juniors and seniors on scholarship. Last year just seniors. This year they don't have anyone, so maybe they are coming back to our league's level a little bit more evenly. But we expected them to do well. We expected them to beat Millikan and Wisconsin-Stevens Point, which are Division III teams. They lost to both those teams, so they're struggling a little bit right now.
Of course, they have that outstanding running back. We have some highlights of the game from last year, of course, with Butler.
Yeah, last year, of course, Mickens came in. He was the leading rusher in Division I AA, but what really hurt us early in last year's game was a deflected pass that rebounded off one of our guys for a touchdown. That was the only score for Butler in the first half, but in the second half, Mickens scored once in the third quarter, and here in the fourth quarter, this was about his 35th carry of the game, and he broke outside and had enough speed to outrun our defensive guys into the end zone. And if that wasn't enough, in carry number about 42 or 43 for the game, he takes a play and has a great cutback for another touchdown, and that gave him a cushion that we couldn't recover from. He's a very impressive back.
What a great challenge for the Drake defense this week. I mean, you don't even have to tell them. I'm sure they're going to know who he is and what number he is, but it's a great challenge.
It's really important for our defense to have something like this to fire them up, Mick. I mean, they've played well all year, and now they get to play against one of the best running backs in the nation, starting of our conference season. I mean, it's just a natural incentive for them to see if they can go stop Mickens. And I say that, you know, using this term stop loosely, because I know we won't stop him completely, but what we have to do this year is keep him out of the end zone. I don't really care how many yards he gets. I don't think our defense really cares about that, but what hurt last year was 2 fourth-quarter touchdown runs. We've got to stop that this year.
Of course, we talk about the defense stopping Mickens, but yet on the other hand, if the offense has the ball the entire time, he isn't going to be able to score.
Well, that's got to be our game plan. You know, all year that's what we've tried to concentrate on. That's what our offense has done such a good job of. And of course, it combines with the defense giving us the ball back. But a good possession game by our offense in this game is critical to holding Mickens down.
Here's a team that was picked to finish third in the Pioneer Football League. Is it just the fact that they've had to replace so many people that's hurting them early?
I think their offensive line is probably where their biggest difference is on this team, Butler's team from last year. Last year they had all seniors across the front, senior tight end, senior fullback, so those 6 guys all were veterans blocking for Mickens. It was a great combination. This year they're very young up front. People are really focused in on trying to stop Mickens, and their passing game hasn't been successful enough to loosen people up. So people are packing in, and the young offensive line's having trouble. I hope they don't grow up too soon.
One thing nice, of course, for the Bulldogs, getting some people back. You made the comment that you're probably as healthy as you've ever been.
I believe that's true, Mick. You know, 5th game of the season now, and it's probably of all the games we've played, this is the healthiest we've been. Our defense is back intact. Offense, we have everyone back except with the possible exception of Jason Grabansky, but he's going to be on the bus. We're taking him. There's a chance he'll be ready to play.
Okay, Coach, a couple of keys to win the game on Saturday.
Well, we've got to stop Mickens from getting the big home run. I mean, if he gets a few 10-yard runs or whatever, that's fine. Keep him out of the end zone. The other thing we got to do is hang on to the football. No turnovers with our offensive team.
I'll tell you what, I feel good. I think the Drake Bulldogs are playing well right now.
We are playing well. We couldn't be going into this game in better shape, so we're excited about it.
Special teams are looking good, too.
That's got to be a key also.
Well, good luck to you, Coach, on Saturday. Hope you come back with another win.
Thank you.
Hope you'll come back as well next week with the Rob A. Show.